Today we're in summer school. Why? Because there are many lessons for teachers to learn when it comes to understanding their retirement plan, and this course may also have you studying your own pension plan, even if you've never stood at the head of a classroom. Our instructor for today is Jim Lineweaver, a certified financial planner for the Lineweaver Financial Group. Thanks for joining us, Jim.
My pleasure.
Jim, tell us why we're in class today.
Well, what's happening is, Senate Bill 5, and there's a lot of press in the news today about all these changes that are going to be happening to public service pension plans down the road. And a lot of times people are not aware of all the options that they have in their retirement plans, and it's now more important than ever before that people pay attention to this and start taking control of their own future and maybe putting some more money away so that they don't have to rely on some of these other changes that are coming down the pipe.
All right, so, what kinds of things should people be looking at when it comes to protecting their own retirement security?
Well, what happens is teachers have a unique situation where they can actually put quite a bit of money away, if they can afford it, into multiple plans. And what this is it starts out with a 403B plan. So in the private sector, it's a 401K. In the public sector for teachers, it's a 403B. If you're less than 50, you can put $16,500 away.
Okay.
And then there's special catch-up provisions and things along that nature that can actually enhance
how much can you get that 16.5 up to if you're fortunate enough to have the money to do it?
We could get it all the way up to $33,000.
Really?
You can.
All right. So if you put money into a 403B, that works like a 401K. It grows tax deferred.
It does.
And then you take it out when you need it, and hopefully it's grown over the time. Can you give us an example of how these step-ups work?
We can, because we have one for your viewer, because people that have over 15 years of service in the state teachers retirement plan have some additional benefits that they can do. So what ends up happening is, in this situation, if somebody's worked more than 15 years, they can look at the lesser of these three contributions. So it's $3,000 or $15,000 minus their prior deferrals in last year, and then also $5,000 times the number of years of service, also minus their deferrals. It's a lot of jargon, and it can be confusing. But the bottom line is, if they're working with somebody that knows how to jump through these hoops, they might be able to put an additional $3,000 catch-up away.
Let's take a specific example, if you could.
I do,
I think sometimes working through an example is helpful.
Sure, yeah, we have one for your viewers. Here we have a person age 50. They have the 15 years in the district, so they've met their requirement. So that's going to allow them to do this $3,000 catch-up, and let's assume their income is at $70,000. Okay, so at first glance, what they're able to do is they're able to put in $16,500 for their elective deferral. Then they get a $3,000 service years catch-up, so they're at $19,500. Then they get the additional $5,500 for the over age 50. That's a total of $25,000.
Great. Now, in addition to putting money into the 403, there's something else that can be used?
There is. If you go into a deferred compensation plan, which is a 457 plan, what ends up happening is, if we just take out that over 50 catch-up deferral, we use the $16,500, people can double that and get all the way up to $33,000 in the 3 years prior to them retiring. So they can actually get a lot more money socked away. So people that may have, a spouse that works as well, or dual income households, this can be a great option to not be so dependent on their pension.
Is there a 457? Is there something similar for private employees, like there are? 401K is similar to a 403B?
Well, for private enterprise, well, unfortunately, they're going to be a little bit more restricted. So private companies can get the 16.5 and get all the way up to 22,000, but they don't have these additional catch-ups.
So teachers get a break, and they should consider using them.
They really should, in all public service.
All public servants.
They
can great.
Have some good advantages.
Great information. Thanks, Jim. Very important. There are some great retirement savings options out there, but they aren't widely known and are not easily understood. These are complicated. So to ace your retirement test, be sure to get a good study buddy like Jim Lineweaver to be sure that you're making the right decisions. Give Jim a call. His number's up next.
To find out more, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or log on to www.lineweaver.net. Next, great tips for grandparents.